get to that match point is right about now. So, what are we seeing Virtus Pro starting out with? Is it the same move?
No, it's not the same move. They are going, I think they were hearing me. Because now they're going on the north base with 5 tanks. That's really smart because normally when you go on the north base, the opponents try to come from behind. So they're keeping the bulldogs behind and just waiting for the tanks to try to go behind. But Meritorious, this is a very courageous position. Being on the middle, just let the lights come to me. Nothing will do to me. And Bishop now is very low HP. Ron got picked up very fast. I think he tried to go through behind, and the Bulldog said, no, you're not going through here.
Well, this is a nice play, considering GGWP played put a lot of tanks in towards the small village on the eastern side. It's given a little more breathing room for Virtus.Pro to get up towards the north, get themselves in a position that's usually heavily contested by the defending team. They've got a little bit more breathing room. As you said, Meritorious a little bit brave in his position, but he's still alive somehow. Bishop goes out for another challenge in that 2-5-1, but doesn't get too much done. But the reset did come in, as you mentioned, and now we're seeing those Bulldogs come into action. Is this going to plan for Virtus.Pro now?
No, it's not going as planned. Dice 3 was standing there because it's a tank that must receive all the shells. He has to absorb all the shells, and this is exactly what happened. Virtus.Pro just sent a lot of shells towards the Ice Free, and he just got picked up right now after 2 minutes from the start of the round.
But he did buy time and at least took the attention away to let Monte Diablo and Phoenix get back into that northern position. And still, we're seeing a lot of tanks alive for GGWP played, so maybe Virtus.Pro haven't quite been able to break this map just as of yet. But 2 tanks down for both. But you need as many tanks alive as possible when you're on that attacking side to keep the options available. Bishop's down so low, and another tank falls. This is not going so well now for Virtus.Pro, and it looks like Monte Diablo wants to get into the action. He's got another shell to make, makes it, lands it, but backs away. Breakneck able to return fire, and is getting very close now to actually GGWP played getting on match point.
Yes, it's getting very close. Bishop and Breakneck, very low HP. Breakneck is now reloading, has 40 seconds of pause right now. Yeah. He could just drink a beer or something. It doesn't matter because he can't do much at this point. He can just threaten his opponents, but everyone at this point know that he's reloading. Just Cause now going through. He has 1 more shell left, so he has to make this count, otherwise he will be picked up immediately.
Well, he can do it. He's landed 6 out of his 8 shots so far, doing near 1.5k damage. He's certainly able to make them. International is low, fire comes in, doesn't go down. Phoenix on full reload, but Just Cause might be able to make the one shot here, but Phoenix is ready. Backs off. Close game now. Bishop not able to help him out. Just Cause is looking for this shot to make, but the time is running pretty low, so 3 tanks remaining for GGWP played up against the 4 for Virtus.Pro, and now just 2. That is a big shot coming through there, as now FC Dynamo and International are the last 2 alive for GGWP played, and maybe Virtus.Pro can turn this one around. Karitz is focusing on International, Just Cause waiting as well, as Karitz is looking through this, and look how many shots he's landed here. 13 out of 19 made. That is brilliant stuff. And actually, the 2-5-1's making a run for it. International not in the right place. He doesn't get the shot off. And now FC Dynamo 1v4. He can probably do a lot of damage here, bearing in mind Breakneck's low, Bishop is low. And well, so is Karit. So only real threat is Just Cause. But with 2 minutes left, Virtus.Pro on the attack. FC Dynamo just has to be smart in this one.
Yeah, the battle is still not over. Just Cause has a lot more HP than the others, but the others are 1 shot away from being dead. Even though it's 4 versus 1, FC Dynamo could actually kill some tanks before going down. But Koritz is the problem now for FC Dynamo. He knows Koritz will come from behind, and that's his main concern at this point.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. As you said, Karitz is behind, laying down the fire, and can you believe it? Virtus.Pro picking up the attacking side on Ruinberg. I think that's the first win we've seen coming out for an attacker on that map, and apart from Virtus.Pro themselves, not too long ago with a bit of a cheesy rush, but the first time that they've not been able to rush like they did before and then work something out. Take me through what worked for them, because it looked like GGWP played had the advantage through most of that, and then suddenly it switched. What went wrong for GGWP played, and what went right for Virtus.Pro there?
Yeah, well, GGWL played at one point. They thought, hey, this is going to be ours. Let's just push them.
Yep.
But Virtus.Pro were in very good positions. They were just waiting for that. They were just focusing on all the entry points.
Yep.
And they went exactly in their crossfire, and that's why tanks got picked up. And also on the middle of the map, we couldn't see it very well, but there were 2 tanks versus 2, and Virtus.Pro just won that fight over there, which was very important. They lost the small city and gave a chance to Virtus.Pro to go from behind. You don't give such a chance to Virtus.Pro because they will just take it away as fast as possible. And this is what happened, as we all seen. Koritz came from behind, or right to FC Dynamo. So yeah,
simple as that.
Simple as that. Yeah.
And now the worrying thing is though that Virtus.Pro get to defend 2 times in a row, which we know they're good at. So in theory, this could be over on this map if they pick up both wins. Do you think they're possible, capable of doing this, or maybe GGWL played can attack here?
Well, I'm looking at GGWL play what they will pick on the attack. They're actually going for 2 heavies, 2 110.
Okay.
They have really good armor. I think we'll see them trying the north base. With 2 110, you go for the north base for sure, because basically they want to put the pressure on the cap circle. They want you to put their 110 over there, because it's very hard to reset them. And looking at what Verus Pro is taking, they also have a heavy 110, but still 1 versus 2 110, it's still a difference. Other than that, they will try with the light tanks to cover all the entry points, and we'll see how that will go for GGWL play. They have a chance, but
they have a chance.
They really need to be careful with
it. Yeah, let's put it this way: Verus Pro known for being near on flawless on the defending sides. Whether or not they have close games, they generally do always win on the defending side. So I'm a little worried for GGWL play. They've done well so far. They have not really done too much against Virtus.Pro on the defense. As we've seen so far, both defending sides were won by Virtus.Pro when they had their opportunity on it, so which took it back up to 2-2. We're going to have to wait and see if they can do it again. Guys at home, let us know, as per usual, using that hashtag, WGLEU. Let us know your thoughts on how the show is going so far and how you think Virtus.Pro are playing. Do they need to work on their attack, or can they just depend on that rather flawless defensive side they have? That's the big question here. And obviously, tank lineup's going to mind. GGWL played looking a lot better overall from their first debut performance. They didn't really show us maybe why we paid so much attention to them in the last seasons under the title De Nova back then. They certainly look a lot better today. Maybe they just had an off day, but they're looking a little bit better as a team. What do you think maybe they can do better on, or do you think it's just a tough opponent? You can't really do much against Virtus.Pro sometimes.
Yeah, Virtus.Pro is a very tough opponent. They just need a lot more focus, and they don't need to rush into this, getting a decision done very fast. They rushed a little bit with their decisions by pushing on some sides in some rounds of the maps where they lost, and I think that was the biggest problem for them. Hopefully from now on, I think they will be more careful, because if the score is even, they got so far. Yep. Right now, 3-3 against Verus Pro. That's amazing. That's amazing for every team, especially GGWL.
Most people are happy with that.
Yeah. And they will try to do something here. They have a very good chance to get around, because Verus Pro does not know how they are playing on Rienberg. So the first round, Verus Pro would just want to see, hey, let's see from where they're going. The score is even. We need to lose 2 rounds, which is pretty impossible because we are Virtus Pro, so they can win the map. So we can see where they are coming, and then let's think how we can react on their attack. And that's basically what's going to happen. But I think we're restarting. A thing that we didn't mention right now is that Vorsig was in the previous battle. Again, went switching Delight, and now Delight is back.
Why would you switch those two either? Is there any reason you could think of, or do you think they were just trying to get him back in, see how he plays?
I think they have roles. They have well-defined roles for each side. Like, hey, we're playing with this with these players
Yep.
and with these tanks on this side, and we're using different players and different tank lineups on the other side, so we need to switch players. They can do that. The rules allow them to do that. And if you can really, if your gameplay is not that affected by this, then yeah, if your name is Verus Pro, you can easily do this.
Yeah, I like seeing subs coming in and out. If players are a little stronger on certain maps or in certain roles, if they want to do maybe a aggressive defending side, maybe they want to bring in someone new who can play a specific tank. I think that's a good idea. I think it makes it a little bit more diverse, and we might see more teams picking that up. We've seen so many teams now with such big rosters overall. I wouldn't be surprised seeing a couple of other teams maybe trying that idea out, but certainly something to look towards. But as you said, Delight back now in this one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So maybe bringing out the A team just to make sure they close this game out, or just who they're used to playing with more than anything. But if you were going to put a bet down, Virtus.Pro picking up this win here?
At this point, it's very hard to say. Virtus.Pro is really advantage on the defense side, but GGWL played can surprise right now. They already did so many times. True. So maybe now we can expect a tiebreaker.
Well,
which is actually Cliff this week.
First time we'd see it as well.
First time, yeah.
Well, we haven't seen Cliff so far. Maybe these teams will avoid it. I know Virtus.Pro don't have the best track record on that map, but I think they've lost out a couple of times to Schoolbus and Na'Vi when it goes to the international stages in this sort of game. So we'll have to wait and see if they want to take it to that. Virtus.Pro on the defensive side now 2 times in a row. GGWL played have to pick up at least one of the 2 to be able to stop it from going completely Virtus.Pro's way. Let's see if that's going to happen. The teams, I believe, are getting themselves ready. Tank choices being made as we speak. 3-3 so far. I'm not sure how this one's going to go down. I'd say on paper it's certainly Virtus.Pro's game to win. But as you said, GGWL played can surprise here. They can certainly do some damage. And I want to see if they can do that in this very important matchup. Considering we saw Virtus.Pro doing a rather defining strategy on their attacking side, let's see what GGWL play do. They are now in red and they will be attacking, and in blue it's going to be Virtus.Pro defending.
Yep, and at this point, this is actually surprising. They're going in on the middle of the map right now with the 3 lights, with M41 Bulldogs and 1390. And the Bulldog Courage spots Ron and Phoenix and FC Dynamo over there. And already some shells flying towards them, which is quite normal in this situation. The 110, that's very risky. Going with the 110 on the middle of the map, they can easily get a lot of shells. Of course, that's their purpose, but still, you don't want to lose so much HP already from the start of the battle. And when you already see the M41 Bulldog going behind right here, trying to get some shells to the 110, but he just missed them. He just missed them. They went right in towards the cap zone at this point. You are seeing now what GGWL played. They are actually going from the cap, not for the north base, but for the, let's say, south base, as it was in the 742. And they have positioned their tanks very well to defend the cap circle. So at this point, now the Virtus.Pro has become from the defenders to attackers, because they have to reset.
Well, let's see if they can do that, as we do see GGWL played set up and waiting. Meritorious was the player in the cap circle in that 110. Does back out though, but they put a lot of players from Virtus.Pro in the predicament of being around that F line. We're seeing the Bulldogs spin off. It's a 2v2 again. Make it maybe a 3v2. Oh, Monty Diablo and FC Dano could be called out. Big burst fire though. Monty going around the corner does get 2 shells connecting. Gotta be careful though. Bishop was waiting, so they have to back away. Monty is down to very low HP here, around 170, so there could be a counter push from Virtus.Pro as we speak. Fire comes in, Kusok peers around, Monty makes it away alive so far, and actually, well, for now, GGWL played survived to fight another day. Monty Diablo did get a couple of shots down. He's still got 2 more to make as FC Dynamo does the same. Both tanks going very low here, but the HP's now gone pretty much even.
Yeah, at this point, it was actually a little bit of failed play by Virtus.Pro. Didn't manage to get Mon Diablo over there. He was just stumbling and stumbling and stumbling like 3 times, just, I don't know, waiting for his opponents to get him. Like, come on guys, kill me already, but that didn't happen. And now we're seeing their focus on the other side. They left the T69 behind, waiting and hoping for the 2 lives to get the bait and trying to get it. But at this point, the T69 has only one help, and that is the M41 Bulldog, driven by Kusak. He has a very low HP, and the 110 missed an important shot over there. Again, they are putting some pressure on the cap circle. Going to T69, looking at the T69 right now, trying to get over there, yeah. And he's very low HP, and in the same time, a push is happening from Virtus.Pro. They are moving.
Ammo storage is hit. We're lucky it didn't blow.
They are moving on towards the Meritorious, the 110. They will try to pick him up. They already know he's all by himself right here. He doesn't have too much support, but his teammates just came to support him after the enemy tanks were spotted. Still Meritorious will get picked up.
Does go down in that 110. Ron
We've lost the track.
trying to get some fire done, but not doing so much damage. Even though landing so many shots, they've had to back away from the cap, and GGWP looked like they're slightly in an advantage for a while, but it's not going so well now. Carice does go down, but it's a 2-for-1 exchange overall. Make it 3-for-1. Ron now gone as well. International and Griffin trying to move in. Breakneck is down to pretty much a one-shot here. If someone can land a shell towards him, it would be him, but the rest of Virtus.Pro are going around that south side, and finally he does go, but this is taking a lot longer than maybe GGWP would have liked, as they're only left with 4 tanks here. Phoenix, FC Dynamo, Griffin, and International backed into a corner, and it's going to be a 2v1 down towards the south side of this map. Phoenix trying to fall back with Griffin, but FC Dynamo, he's got 2 tanks going up towards him, and well, I don't think he's going to stand much of a chance. He does get the first shot off, but the ramp comes in. Oh my word! That looked almost like team damage from Kusok then, but FC Dynamo backs out. He's left on being pretty much a one-shot, but still surviving the onslaught for now. Bring it down to a 4v4. Maybe GGWP can still win this one.
Yeah, they definitely can win this. Pavel now is moving forward. He will try to get International. International is very low HP. The RNG god was on his side right there. At this point, Virtus.Pro is looking very bad. The light is on reload. Bishop is low HP, 2 versus 4 right now, and that went definitely wrong for Virtus.Pro. They had one chance to do it right over there when there were 5 tanks left, divided by the other 2 tanks. But still, they didn't manage to, because GGWP were very inspired to keep their tanks all together in the end and do a very good focus fire.
Yeah, so the attacking side picked up there by GGWP. The second team to ever pick up a attacking side out of this one. Bishop, the last man to go down for Virtus.Pro, as got to say it, Virtus.Pro just got outplayed, and GGWP, it was a close game, but they just seemed to be in control then.
Yeah, at one point I would have said that Virtus.Pro will take this.
Yeah.
They were really in control of the map, but they didn't manage to kill Mondiablo was?
Yeah.
Mondiablo was with a M41 Bulldog, and at that point they practically lost the control of the map, because keeping 3 tanks to kill 1 tank and failing to do it, that's not good for sure. That's not good. But on the other side, as we all seen, GGWP was pretty close to lose it.
Yeah, it wasn't clear cut.
Yeah, it wasn't clear for them, yeah. But I don't know how did Virtus.Pro manage to miss so many shells?
For me, it wasn't just GGWP winning that. It was Virtus.Pro kind of throwing it a little bit. So, you know, eventually when we do get to look back at this, I think we need to point out more that Virtus.Pro made some mistakes then, rather than GGWP just playing it right. They did do well, GGWP, to close it out, but I don't think it was all their own doing. But still, being able to push Virtus.Pro like that is very impressive. So certainly something to look back at, and here we have it. This is where Mondiablo should have gone down in theory. As you said, 3v2, but 3v1 make it, as Mondiablo is down to almost a one-shot here, 172 HP, and no one counter-pushes him, no one makes a counter-move, and he just backs away. He's expecting to go down here pretty much. He feels he's out of it, but Kusok and Karitz not landing shots, wrong target there, focusing on FC Dynamo, and leaving him in the game, and even now, he's still not gone down. That is unbelievable.
Yep.
The Virtus.Pro didn't do that. It's something we very rarely see. But do you think now, let's put it this way, GGWP are on match point, getting 4 battles in a row almost. Can they really do this? They will be on the attacking side again, Virtus.Pro on the defending side. But is there a chance they can now pick up that 5th and really important battle?
Yeah, they have a very good chance to beat Virtus.Pro. They will be the first team that do that in this 5th season. Again, we see the same tactic from GGWP played, because that went really good, so why not do it again? Yeah, the logic seems very good, but it loses a little bit of the surprising component that you need in this kind of matches against Virtus.Pro.
Well, let's see if that's a big factor here. As you said, they're playing roughly the same game, but I want to see how Virtus.Pro now deal with this, as they're not sending that Bulldog straight away down that 1-2 line to go on the flank. So maybe a small change up already, but the base cap is on regardless. So Virtus.Pro need to make a move to stop it eventually. We're seeing the 110s move up as before. 24 seconds, Karitz and Just Cause coming down. The two who made big mistakes before, now having to do a lot of clever and correct decisions. Otherwise, this game could be over very quickly.
Yeah, and the Virtus.Pro is very slow right now. They have to go for the cap. They really have to go for the cap right now.
Yeah, this could be a base cap. 10 seconds left. If Griffin and Phoenix actually slow this one down, this could be near on stop. Finally, the cap comes to a halt there as Karitz does lay down some returning fire, but still 9 seconds. This is a very close game. Maybe GGWP played have this. 6 on the board. The Ron just moves out of this, maybe fancying his chances, supporting through that village, but let's hope they can keep the focus correct as Ron now spots out Kusok. Just Cause gets one towards Griffin. 40 seconds again on that board. The clock constantly being reset here, but GGWP play need to get more damage done. They're trailing in that so far, but nice shot connection coming out. Griffin doing damage, but Griffin probably the first to fall, down to no HP, almost 153. Ron takes the shell for him, but now he's in the same predicament, both very low and not quite done too much damage just yet.
Phoenix is going for Bishop. Ron gets picked up, but Phoenix is actually trying to settle with Bishop, and yeah, gets picked up right now, Bishop. And two tanks difference between both teams. The tanks are pretty much even right now. And one more tank picked up from Virtus.Pro.
5v4. They could still do this. GGWP played 4 minutes on the board. HP still looks good with Kusok though. That's the main problem here. Kusok is sitting on full HP quite far back, so you've got to keep that in mind. Mondiablo trying to spot him out there. Delight as well. Both spotted. Mondiablo got to be careful. Just Cause is back there. Oh, Karitz peers out. It's going to be evened up surely, as Karitz will pick up the kill. Mondiablo doing a good bit of work there. 8 shots made, 7 hitting. Very impressive stuff, but GGWP play now need to make a final move here to close out the game.
Yeah, they actually got Virtus.Pro where they wanted. As we can look now on the minimap, Virtus.Pro is just waiting for something to happen from the GGWP play. FC Dynamo now is receiving a lot of shells. Mondiablo had a very important position right there because he was proxy spotting all the enemy tanks from that part. So GGWP play now don't know exactly what's happening with the enemy tanks. They managed to spot Just Cause. They know that the enemy tanks are going away, and probably Just Cause to go on the middle. The 110 International, very advanced, and gets an advantage for GGWP played.
Yeah, nicely done there. International doing some big damage as well so far. 2 kills to his name, over 1.5k damage dealt. But now GGWP played, as we said, need to close out the game. Either they go to kill or the rest of Virtus.Pro, or they try and get a cap on. They have time for both, but it does allow Kusok to get into a position here. So it is 4v3, but Kusok still a lot of HP there. Phoenix is about the same overall if, a couple of shells come through, but still 83 seconds. Meritorious down to a 1-shot in the cap circle.
As you can see right now, Meritorious does not know exactly from where they will come.
Yep.
GGWP played in this moment, they don't know where Virtus.Pro is. This can actually work in favor for Virtus.Pro because they now can surprise their opponents, but Phoenix is in a very strong position. He's just waiting for his enemies to come from the north base, and that's actually what's going to happen right now. They will try the small city. There are two 110 with very low HP.
Oh, wow. This is down to Phoenix pretty much, and these two to somehow stay alive. Koritz and Kustok coming through. If they get 1 or 2 shots off that actually connect, this will swing it in their favor. 17 seconds. Surely they're going to find out. Phoenix might have just spotted them and finally... Oh, International! Great shot on the move there, or at least on the turn, as now Phoenix needs to come around and support. Kustok still full HP. Somehow International bounces one of the shells, but he does go down, and now it's a 2v2. And bearing in mind, GGWP are on the attacking side. They must make this count. Phoenix has to do great damage towards Kustok. Both have about the same shells to make, but Just Cause has a lot of HP and FC Dynamo doesn't.
Yeah, and now the HP advantage is for Virtus Pro for sure. They actually have slight advantage right now. At this point, what Virtus Pro needs to do is just run as fast as possible, as far away as possible, and basically if they can stick together to focus their fire, then this round will go in their favor. Only 1 minute left, and seems like now GGWP understood what's happening with Virtus Pro, that they are running and they're trying to find them, to track them. Even though they are low HP, they need to do something, otherwise the round is lost.
Well, they have 47 seconds to do it, and Phoenix heading down the F line. We're going to see FC Dynamo up in the north. Cap, surely to begin. I don't know if there's time really for this cap to go down, even if Phoenix does come through. And finally, he's going to spot out Kustok. Kustok does get a shot off as well. Both tanks now head to head here. 3 shots to be made for Phoenix. Kustok fully reloaded. Phoenix might go down, and I think that's going to be game time pretty much. GG may have just thrown this one away. Phoenix does go down, and now 1 tank alive. And I think he knows he can do nothing about this.
Yeah, GGWP at this point knows that it's game over for them. It was so close, so close. They actually were like very close to win against Virus Pro,
Well, as close as they got, it wasn't quite enough, and there we see it, the time does run down, and the defending side of Verus Pro do pick up the win. So overall, I don't know what to make of that. GGWP were so close, as you said, to winning. For so long we thought it was their game pretty much, and they had, they were on match point, perfect. But then Verus Pro just played it well, and they got back into the game. Yeah. So was that GGWP making mistakes or Verus Pro playing well?
Yeah, GGWP did their first mistake by losing Mondiablo very easily right there, without supporting him. That was a big mistake for them. Mondiablo was doing a very good spotting over there, and they were at that point they were 5 versus 4. They had a lot of advantage, even though they lost Mondiablo. They were 4 versus 4, but then International, I think it was, that managed a very good kill. They were 4 versus 3. And then from that point on, going with the 110 and just being overwhelmed because they didn't have the information they needed to know from where their opponents are coming. This is why this game relies so much on the spotting. If you don't spot it properly, then you can get very easily surprised and overcome in most of the rounds. So now we're having a tiebreaker. It's 4-4, a really close match. We didn't expect this. We didn't expect GGWP going so good today. They are really in a really good shape. I think they are very confident right now. Like,
I don't blame them.
4-4. Even though they lost their round, they were very close. I know they think right now that we're so close. But still, the match is not over. They can still do this. And now look at me, I'm cheering for GGWP.
I'm kind of the same. I like seeing teams getting this close to being able to beat teams like Verus Pro, because you rarely see it. Verus Pro are normally flawless, and seeing a team who's just come back into the season is quite surprising. And Melly, actually, you've been kind of staring at me from the corner. I think she wants to get involved, guys. I'm worried. How are the people at home thinking?
Well, as said, I closed down the vote at 89% for Virtus Pro. And I found something else. Carmen, our good old friend, is actually asking people from the known, let's say celebrities from the World of Tanks universe about their opinions for the matchups. And it's really interesting because pretty much everyone, he asked Karak from Lucky Karaki, Binio, a Polish caster, Dorjan, of course, Wilkie, and himself. And pretty much all besides Wilkie were cheering for Virtus Pro. And maybe Wilkie will will be right eventually.
Wow,
Nobody
that's
knows.
mean.
No, what?
You saying
No?
Wilkie might be right once? God,
I didn't
poor old
say
Wilkie.
once.
What have you
I
got against
said-
Finnish people, Melly? Jesus.
Now she's turning around my words. Nice, Lauren. Nice.
That's what I'm here for.
It's fine. She has to do once a day at least.
Yeah, that's my job. It's in my
Exactly.
contract.
Yeah, that's actually true. I read it. That's why I'm not saying anything mean to her. She needs it.
Wow.
And yes. Well,
Don't mind me,
even
girls.
no, it's fine. I like
We
to say
just
out
ignore
of
him.
this. It's better to keep distance.
Exactly. He's still the nice new guy here. We don't need to bully him just yet.
Exactly.
Just yet.
Next time it's
Yeah.
your turn. Promise.
Okay.
Exactly. Wait for like one more show and
But Ollie's
dive
the
in.
same. He's like, well, if Lauren and I get well into talking, he just stays out. He says like, let the girls do whatever they need to do.
Hey,
It's
to be
fine."
fair, he normally gets more abuse than both of us.
That's
from
true.
both of us. So, you know, let's
I actually didn't want to say it. I tried to disguise it. But, well, as said, known people from the World of Tanks scene are actually behind Virtus.Pro, which is not a surprise based on their achievements already. But it's also interesting that someone out of this group sticks up and votes for the underdog here. So, well, as said, the Decisive can bring everything. Do we know who's got the attack?
Yeah, GGWP is going to attack.
Okay, so this can be really interesting. So maybe we'll see the Titans fall. Nobody knows, but we will find it out after a short break. But in the meantime, you can head over to twitter.com/WGLEU. By using the hashtag WGLEU, you can just tweet us by using that very hashtag, so to make sure that we can actually read your tweets. And if you have any questions, opinions, whatever, just head over there and tweet us. We love reading from you. And the next team vote for Deep Tranquility versus Team Vusa is already up and very balanced. So the community can't decide yet. It will maybe change during the first map. We will see, but as said, we will see the decider first after a short break, and we will be back after 5 minutes.